So, have you ever been looking for, I don't know, a great local spot, maybe some really good Mexican food, and then you find yourself kind of wondering, wait, is this the place I heard about? Or something else entirely?
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're diving into today. We're looking at Cilantro Cocina Mexicana in Homewood, Illinois. And our mission really is to get to the bottom of this surprising um, potential mistaken identity situation. It could really impact their business.
It's a really fascinating challenge, isn't it? Just how a name, maybe even just part of a name, can cause these ripples. It affects, reputation, what customers are expecting when they walk in or order online. It's a great little case study.
Definitely. And your sources were just key for us
Yeah.
piecing this together. So let's unpack this story. It's kind of local legacy meets modern challenges. Okay, so diving right in. When you looked at the sources, what was the first thing that kind of jumped out about this whole mistaken identity angle?
Well, the big thing right away was realizing, okay, there are two different businesses here. Definitely two. You've got Cilantro Cocina Mexicana in Homewood. That's our focus. It's owned by Art Trevino. And the sources show it's been around since at least October 2011. We even found an old article about a Dia de los Muertos event they held back
Oh,
then.
wow, so over a decade.
Right. But then there's Cilantro Taco Grill. Totally separate. It's a franchise started later, 2013, by someone named Temoc Morphin. And that one, it's exploded, like 18 locations now, planning over 100 more around Chicagoland.
Okay, wow. So similar name, same type of food, both in the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see the confusion setting in.
Exactly. The potential for mix-ups is huge. Customers might see the name, think Mexican food, and just assume they're related or even the same place. And that sets up all sorts of mismatched expectations, right? About the menu, how much things cost, whether it's sit-down or fast casual.
Yeah, you might walk into one expecting the experience of the other.
Yeah.
So with that confusion possible, what really makes the Homewood one, Cilantro Cocina Mexicana, stand out? What are its strengths, its legacy, based on what you found?
This is where its unique character really comes through. It's described as a local, full-service, sit-down restaurant. People mentioned a beautiful ambiance, apparently a pretty enclosed patio, too, for dining outside when the weather's nice, full bar, attentive service.
Sounds like a proper restaurant experience.
Totally. And the owner, Art Trevino, seems very hands-on. Sources say he greets tables, he's involved in community stuff like the Homewood Fall Fest. It feels personal.
And the food?
Described as authentic and classic. There was one great comment from a customer who lived in Mexico for 15 years, raving about their molcajete. Plus, they boast about having award-winning salsa, so there's real pride there.
Okay, so it's clearly a well-loved local institution. Strong in-person vibe, community connection. But, and this is off of the big but these days, how does that translate online?
That's true.
Especially with delivery.
Right, that's where the narrative kind of shifts. Because despite all that in-person positivity, the online picture, particularly from delivery platforms, it's quite different. We saw negative reviews mentioning issues pretty consistently on places like Grubhub. Seamless.
What kind of issues?
Things like food arriving cold, orders being wrong, and a lot of comments about prices seeming high.
Okay, the price thing. That often comes up with delivery. Did you find anything specific on that?
Oh, yeah. There was one really stark example, a steak burrito. In the restaurant, it's $8.95, reasonable enough. But on Grubhub or Seamless, that same burrito was listed at $16.10.
Whoa, wait. 1610? That's almost double.
It's an 80% markup. 80%! Think about that from a customer's perspective. You order delivery, maybe you don't know the in-house price, you just see $16 for a burrito and think, wow, this place is expensive. It completely changes your perception of value. It can even make you question the in-house quality.
An 80% jump.
Yeah.
No wonder people feel sticker shock. That's huge.
Yeah.
And you mentioned other inconsistencies too.
Yeah, like operational stuff. The hours listed online weren't always consistent. Their own website might say one thing, weighs another, Seamless something else. That just adds to the confusion and frustration if you're trying to figure out when they're open or if you can order.
Man, that sounds like a headache for customers.
It really does, and it all points to this need for them to really actively manage that whole online side of things. The listings, the delivery quality, the pricing transparency, the core restaurant. The sit-down experience seems really strong. It's a gem. But extending that online, That's where the complexity and the risk to their reputation comes in.
It's like their strong local identity needs protection in the digital world.
Exactly. It's not enough just to be great locally anymore. You have to translate that and defend it online.
So how do they do that? Was there a clear recommendation from the sources?
There was a really clear strategic suggestion: market themselves actively as Homewood's original cilantro, lean into the history, use phrases like, since 2011, locally owned and operated by Art Trevino.
Draw that clear line in the sand.
Precisely. It's about reinforcing their specific identity, their community roots, and making it harder to confuse them with the franchise. Build that brand moat.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the big lesson for you, the listener, seems to be that even a fantastic local spot, one you love going to, can face real challenges in this digital delivery age, especially when their brand identity itself is kind of vulnerable to confusion.
Yeah, and looking broader, for any business, it underscores how vital it is to control your story everywhere, online, offline, third-party apps, everywhere. And for you as a customer, it's maybe about recognizing that ordering delivery versus dining in can be, and often are, very different experiences with different costs involved. Convenience isn't free.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How does a place known for its personal touch, that great ambiance, navigate this world of instant delivery and online noise without, losing what makes it special?
Yeah.
How do they keep their soul? What part of this whole story stands out most to you?